Russian President Vladimir Putin on Monday threatened a harsh response against Ukraine if it continues its terrorist attacks after the Russian army carried out a massive attack on Ukraine's capital Kyiv and other cities following Saturday's explosion on the Kerch Bridge, which connects the country to the Crimean Peninsula annexed in 2014. He confirmed a massive attack with high precision and long-range weapons on several points in Ukraine and said they were carried out at the suggestion of the Defense Ministry. Putin said energy facilities, military command posts, and communications centers had been hit. He said, "If attempts to carry out terrorist attacks on our territory continue, Russia's response will be harsh and on a scale corresponding to the level of threats to the Russian Federation," he said during a meeting with members of the Russian Security Council, according to the Russian news agency TASS. "No one should doubt this," Putin said, stressing that the Kyiv regime, by its actions, has put itself on the same level as international terrorist groups. "It is simply impossible to leave these crimes unanswered," he argued. He called attacks by Ukrainian forces on the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant controlled by Russian troops nuclear terrorism and condemned that Ukrainian special services have carried out 3 terrorist attacks on the Kursk nuclear power plant in Russia. Putin said these attacks had caused 3 high-voltage power lines to be cut and claimed that with the measures taken, the damage has been eliminated as quickly as possible without any serious consequences, as reported by the Interfax news agency. The regime in Kyiv has been using terrorist methods for a long time, he stressed before accusing Ukraine of murdering public figures, journalists and scientists both in Ukraine and in Russia. There have been terrorist attacks in the Donbass for more than 8 years. They are acts of nuclear terrorism, he said. In the same vein, he condemned several terrorist attacks and criminal attempts against power plants and gas infrastructure in the country, including an attempt to undermine one of the sections of the Turkish Stream. Putin also noted that although Russia may not participate in the investigation of the alleged sabotage of Nord Stream, the ultimate beneficiary is known. In the direction of Kupianski, the enemy, with the help of our 4 tactical groupings, carried out fruitless attempts at offensive operations against the settlements of Kislovka, Tabaka, Kharkov and Kuzemovka, he said, noting that Ukrainian forces unsuccessfully tried to cross the Zerebets River near Mekeyevka and Tygorodika in the Lugansk region. All attempts by the Ukrainian armed forces to establish river crossing were prevented by concentrated rocket and artillery fire, Kanashenkov said, also saying that attacks around Kryvyi Rog were repelled. Active action by the Russian troops repulsed the enemy and forced them back to their original positions, he said. The spokesman for the Russian Defense Ministry stressed that the losses of Ukraine's armed forces in this direction over the past day amounted to 60 servicemen, 9 tanks, 16 armored vehicles, and 16 vehicles. Local authorities have so far confirmed that 8 people have died in the attacks on Kyiv, while 4 people have died in Sloviansky and another has been killed in Zaporizhia. Other cities such as Lviv, Kharkov, Itomar, and Dnipro have been hit by shelling. The attacks come hours after the Russian president blamed Ukrainian intelligence for Saturday's terrorist attack on the Kerch bridge linking Russia to the Crimean Peninsula, which left it partially unstable and at least 3 people dead. Right, my viewers, what was your reaction to this? Please drop your reaction in the comment section. Your voice be loud and clear around the world, and enjoy subscribe to our channel for more updates from the Daily Express. Do well to share the report across all news platforms, not on Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, and name it, okay? And as well share this report across all PDP, APC, Labour Party political platforms worldwide on Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, and name it. And ensure you subscribe to our channel for more updates from the Daily Express. Thanks and God bless. And this is all we can take for now. Bye for now, and stay tuned for more report, please.